we're going to follow along to the next portion of this here, and we're going to look at what happens when we are given the equation but nothing else, and how do we come up with a table of values as well as a graph. So when an equation is given, a table of values can be filled out using the equation and values of x. Now, unless there's specific values of x are given, any group of 5 values will do. Okay, I'm going to recommend, and these are the ones I've given in the past, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, as they include lots of positive negatives. You can also do a little bit bigger numbers, so like -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, or if you want to, you can use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those I would say aren't quite as good, but because they're positives, they might be a little bit easier, and it might be easier to graph. Okay, all depends on kind of what you prefer. These I would say are the best. These are really good and give a wider range of stuff. And this is ones that do work, but I would recommend doing some other ones. I would recommend doing the negatives in there. Negatives are really good. All right, so once a table of values has been made, the graph can be drawn from the points. Okay, so we'll get 5 points, and then we can just plot them onto a graph and go from there. So here is our equation. Y equals 2x minus 5. And I am going to, again, like I kind of mentioned, going to use the points -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. We're going to use these here. And now we need to come up with what is the y value that makes it work. Well, put the x into our equation. Oops, don't need that last little parentheses. Okay. 2 times -2 is -4, minus 5 is -9. Can do it again here. 2 times -1 minus 5. 2 times -1 is -2. Minus 5 is -7. We'll notice we're going up by 2's. So at this point, we can just fill in the chart. This here tells us that we're going up by 2's already. Okay, whatever's in front of the x, if it's in graphic form. So we can graph that out. Now what you'll notice here is that we're dealing with a lot of negatives. So when I draw out my graph, I'm going to put my x in the middle here, but then my y I'm going to put up here so that I can use as many negatives or a bunch of negatives if possible here. So that's x, that's y. 2, 4, 6, -2, -4, -6. 2, -2, -4, -6, -8, -10. All right, plot out our points. First one, -2, -9 is going to be right there. This is -2, -9. -1, -7 right there. -1, -7 right here. 0, -5. 1, -3. And 2, -1. Okay, so we plot them out, label them. If you want to label with A, B, C, D, E, make sure that it's labeled in your in here as well, so we know which points they are. And then we can draw a line through them. And this here is y equals 2x minus 5. It's always good to label a graph if we're given an equation, and that is plotting the points and making sure that it is labeled. Next page. All right, let's do another example here. This one is a little bit trickier as it's not given in graphic form, and there's a couple different ways that we can go through it. We could change into graphic form, or we can just use values that we want. I'm going to use the values -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, just because it gives us another chance to kind of see what those will look like. All right, our graph is our equation is 3x minus 5y is equal to 10. There is what we could do, and I'm going to show one example. This here is 3 times -4 minus 5y is equal to 10. We can now solve this. This is -12. We add 12 to both sides, divide by -5, and that would then be our answer. Or what we can do is we can change this into graphic form. And I'm going to go through how to do that. Subtract 3x from both sides. This is going to be negative 5y is equal to negative 3x plus 10. Divide by negative 5. This cancels out, and we've got y is equal to 3 over 5 minus 2. Okay. Oh, I missed the x in there. There's our equation. Okay, now I did that quite simply. I moved the 3x over. Okay, so I moved that term over to get, because I'm trying to isolate y. I divide both sides by negative 5, so I divide everything by negative 5, and then go from there. All right, so now that we've done that, we can actually use this here. Y is equal to 3 over 5 times negative 4 plus, minus 2. And if you want to use a calculator for that, okay, so this is 3 divided by 5 times negative 4 minus 2. And this gives us negative 4.4, or negative 4 2/5. If we do the same thing, but now we're using the next one, 3/5 times negative 2 minus 2. 3 divided by 5 times negative 2 minus 2 is negative 3.2. Do it with 0. 3 over 5 times 0 minus 2. And this gives us, I will do this one here, times 0 minus 2, even though it gives us just negative 2. And then we're going to get negative 0.8 and 0.4. We're going up by 1.2 each time. You can see, so actually we're going up by 0.6 each time, which is 3 over 5. But because I went up by 2's, then it doubles that. All right, let's graph it out. Because we have some positives, some negatives, I'm just going to do it right in the center, which is kind of the default, so to speak, of lines. Here's our x, here's our y. 2, 4, 6, negative 2, negative 4, negative 6. Negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, and 2, 4, 6. All right. Now this one's gonna be a little bit trickier because we have decimals in there. So negative 4, negative 4.4 is gonna be right about here. Okay, so this is negative 4, negative 4.4. And then we have negative 2, negative 3.2, which is right about there. Negative 2, negative 3.2. 0, negative 2 is fairly simple. 2, negative 0.8 is right there in the middle of that 2. And 4, 0.4 is right about there. And that's going to give us, hopefully, if we've drawn it out nicely, we can draw a nice straight line. This is 3x minus 5y equals 10. And there's our equation. Again, using the table of values in order to come up with our points. Okay, plot the points, label what they are. Again, it could be A, B, C, D if you want as well, E if you want as well. Or you can label them with the numbers. Numbers are really nice because then we can see exactly what it is. Again, follow along in class. Assignment LR4, number 2. So you can work on that one. That's taking an equation. I think I've given you about 6 or 7 equations there. I want you to create a table like this here, 5 points. Again, the x's can be negative 2, negative 1, 1, 0, 1, 2, or any collection of 5 x's that you want to create a table of values. Make sure then your y is represented. Your graphs will all look exactly, they should look all exactly the same, just might have different points that you've used.